Alright guys, this is part 4 of the 3/4 ton axle swap into my 77 Chevy K10. We got the front axle in, repacked the wheel bearings, new seals in the hubs, new rotors, brake pads, Moog ball joints all around, new steering dampener, reused the tie rod, and reused the axle joints because they were new as well about a year ago. It's got a rite locker in it, diff cover, guard thing, homebrew deal. That's pretty much it. Re-geared it to 373s, new bearings and seals as well in the center differential. So this is it. Seems to work okay. Obviously I can't put it in 4-wheel drive with 308 gears in the back and 373s in the front. I'd blow up my transfer case or my drive shafts or something. But since the transfer case is twin sticked, I can run just the front if I wanted to. There you go. Knuckles and all that. I had to grind the backing plates and the calipers to fit 15-inch wheels. These have 4 inches of back spacing. It's a pain in the ass. I would not suggest doing it. Just get some 16s, or better yet, some military recentered H1s if you're actually going to 4-wheel it. Also, these wheels being chrome, I don't know if you can tell by the pictures, but yeah, my tires aren't holding there very well. It's kind of a pain. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get to the back right away. I'm sure you guys can hear the wind noise in this video. It's about 15 degrees Fahrenheit out right now. And with this wind chill, it's nuts. Yesterday it was 8 degrees Fahrenheit out, so we're in a little cold spell right now. Makes working on this stuff really not fun at all. Your hands go numb before you really get much done, even wearing gloves and all that. You know, so that sucks. These lug nuts are actually off a van, a Ford van. 3/4 ton or 1 ton Ford van. I think it's like an I don't know, an E250, 350, but they're the same thread. So lug nuts are real expensive, so good way to save. Go to the junkyard, pull some nice ones. Also, the reason that the back is still this is because I haven't figured out my emergency brake setup yet. I think I'm going to use 76 to 78 Cadillac Eldorado calipers. But the real reason I don't want to change over right now is because I may run into a problem with my proportioning valve, and I need this truck for next weekend. We're going to do some towing. Going to be pulling home another vehicle, unfortunately. I know. It's a, let you guys take a guess at what it might be, but it is a diesel. It's not running. I got it at a good price, and I'm going to be making some video series on how I get it going. I believe it has a stuck motor right now. It's been sitting since 2001. I bought it for parts and to fix up and flip, but we'll see what happens. I located a short block for it for about $300, so we'll see what happens. If I don't end up fixing it, you know, if I do end up fixing it, but it costs a little more than I want, maybe my brother will just drive it this summer. But anyway, that's the Chevy. I'll also say that I'm running Rotella in this, the diesel oil, because it has more ZDP, which is good for the old flat tap motors here. Unfortunately, though, when it's this cold out, this thing, it's hard. You really got to let it warm up. It takes a long time to build oil pressure on that stuff. It holds oil pressure great because it's thick, but it takes a while to build it up when it's this cold out. So that's the truck. I haven't done anything with the 14-bolt. Just trying to sell parts, really. Recoup some money with buying this other vehicle. I don't really have the cash to finish this right now. So I'm kind of saving up for the disc brake caliper brackets, brake lines, things like that. So I got a lot of stuff for sale on Craigslist. And it's going slow. I think it's just a sign of the economy. I tell you, a couple years ago, man, I could flip stuff on there like nothing. Now it's real hard to move stuff. Here's the Pook. I've been riding this to work every day. It was, what, 10 degrees Fahrenheit the other day when I rode it. Gets pretty chilly by the time you get towards work, but it's covered in salt, so I gotta wash that off. Unfortunately, up here in the Northeast, they love to use road salt, and that's why a lot of my vehicles, or our vehicles, I should say, don't get driven in the wintertime, because it's not because of the snow, it's because of the damn salt. Rots everything out. So yeah, anybody need any 10-bolt parts, you just let me know. Here's the axle housing out of my truck. It's on Craigslist right now with these nice backing plates, an extra ring and pinion, axle shafts, all for $100, but nobody's buying. Guess it's because it's half-ton stuff. Good ball joints and everything. But it's just the half-ton stuff that's hard to sell. So yeah, little heater I got for sale, all kinds of stuff. So that's where I'm at with the K10 project. Once that's done, again, I've been saying it for about a year now, a year and a half. It's getting a turbo diesel, 6.2 with the banks. And that's going to be it for that truck. I'll do some body work, and I'm going to repaint it back to the original green. If you look back at my old videos, it's not the original color green, but it's the 70s colored green. That truck was originally black with a red interior and red pinstripe. I'm not painting it black because I take it in the woods, and I already have a black truck, and I already know how much of a pain in the ass that is. So once that's done, that truck is done. I'm not messing with it anymore. I know people say, oh, you know, projects are never done. It's going to be done. Whether I keep working on the interior will remain to be seen, but I really just want to have it complete where I can enjoy it. I think a lot of people that have project cars will be in the same boat as me. This Mercedes right here, it's not perfect, but it runs great, and you can hop in it and drive it anywhere. It's been to Michigan, it's been to New York, it's been all over the place since we've had it. And it's so much more fun to have a car that you can actually just hop in and drive, to run to the store or do whatever. When you have something that's ripped apart all the time, it just kind of gets boring. I mean, the Suzuki over there, that's a lot of fun, but I have yet to drive that on the road. It needs a lot of rust work, a lot of welding, which I would be doing today, but again, being so cold, it really sucks trying to be out here, and especially trying to use your hands and measuring and stuff like that. It's just kind of too cold. That black Chevy, I got to put a torque converter, a new flex plate in it, maybe a fuel pump. Again, kind of cold to be screwing with it when I don't need to drive it. And once the diesel's in the green one, you guys will be seeing the 56 wheelies coming back out. You get the motor in that, get that thing up and running. Then we'll do interior, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm thinking it's not really the perfect setup, and I don't really want to change the axles or anything like that, but thinking maybe doing some kind of like camping, like overlanding kind of rig out of it. We'll see what happens. But it's going to stay very much original the way it is right now. I just kind of like it. It's cool. It's an old vehicle. So yep, that's what's been going on. Thanks for checking this out. If you have any questions about the axle swap, feel free to ask me. There's a lot of false information floating around the internet that you know, I try to do a lot of research on this stuff before I go into it, just so I have a general idea, which is a good and a bad thing, because I think when I first started working on this kind of stuff, you'd figure stuff out by yourself as you went. So it made you think more, and my problem-solving skills with vehicles were a little bit better. Now, with the internet, you can just hop on there and Google search everything, and it's helpful because you kind of get an idea of what you're getting yourself into, but in the other sense, it kind of takes away from your ability to actively problem solve, because you're just so quick to jump on there and look up an answer. But as I was saying, there's a lot of false information out there. You know, people, I don't know if they read something and just repeat it, or if they don't remember quite well, or whatever, but there's a lot of falsities with these vehicles, and there really shouldn't be, because they're pretty simple trucks. There's not much to them, and they didn't really change all that much. So If you have any questions about this swap in particular, feel free to ask me. I can give you any information you'd like regarding the axle swap, the transmission swap with a hydraulic clutch setup, some wiring help, you know, whatever. I'm happy to help out other people that are working on these. And quite honestly, again, some of these vehicles may be for sale in the foreseeable future. I just have too much stuff. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. And when I get back on the rear axle project, I'll have more videos of that, and also be looking out for this new vehicle. Have a series on getting the motor freed up, hopefully. I've never had much luck doing that, but maybe this one will work out. Hopefully getting it running and seeing what happens with that. So, if you have any guesses, put them in the comments. Alright guys.